Hello. So you want to start your own hair salon? I think this is a wonderful idea. Hi, I'm Jean-Philippe and I have been in this business for quite some time. Along the way I have opened a couple of hair salons. And I thought it would be a good idea, since I have some experience, to go ahead and shed some light on some of the steps that you might take to open your own hair salon. So I thought, in order to cover some of these steps, it would be a good idea to go ahead and spread it over a couple of videos, so that wouldn't be a very lengthy video. So in this video, we're going to cover how to open your own hair salon. There is 7 aspects to consider once you want to open your own hair salon. We're going to go over all of these in details, and I would like for you to keep in mind, even though they seem to be step by step, it is not really step by step. You have to keep in mind all of these aspects, because while you're working on 1 or 2, you might be thinking about the 3rd or the 5th or the 6th. So you have to keep all of these ideas in mind. You have to be aware and conscious about all of the other aspects in order to be most efficient in the whole process. So to open your own hair salon, the first of these aspects would be to decide what type of a hair salon you want to open. A second aspect would be how to create your own business plan. The third would be how to form your salon. Then finding funding, another aspect would be setting up shop, then followed by hiring employees, and then marketing your own hair salon. The first point would be to decide what kind of a hair salon or beauty salon you want to create. And in this area, you have to research the different types of hair salon that you could open. Then consider your skills and experience and the qualifications to open a hair salon. And then to get a mentor. Then articulating your vision for your beauty salon, as well as who is your ideal client that you're creating the beauty salon for. The first of those salons is a basic value-based hair salon. And a basic value-based hair salons offer few services, mostly haircuts. And in general, these salons are franchise or chain salons. And they typically accept walk-in, and their prices are very reasonable to low. The hairdressers would have to turn the services quickly. The second type of these hair salons is the boutique hair salons. And the boutique hair salons, they combine hair services and retail store. And typically they offer a little bit more hair services, as well as in the retail side, they sell more like dresses, jewelry, candles, and the likes. And that's typically geared toward women. Next is a salon and spa. And typically this type of salon offers hair services and a complete pampering experience, spa experience. They are often luxurious and expensive, and some even have liquor license. And then there is specialty hair salon. Specialty hair salons rely on specialty stylists to provide services that require advanced techniques. Often these salons employ only a few stylists, each a master in their own particular area. Then the last type of a hair salon is a barber shop. A barber shop caters mainly to men and offers simple haircuts and styling, and various grooming services. The decor is simple, and most of the barbers are men. Next, you have to consider your skills and qualifications. So the type of salon that you would like to open should match your criteria, your skills and your level of experience. So for example, a barbershop has a different skill set than a specialty hair master stylist. Next, getting a mentor. It's a good idea to go ahead and ask the advice of somebody who's already been through it. After all, you're not the first one who's starting a hair salon. Many people have gone through the same journey. Why not learn from them? A mentor is somebody that you could meet with regularly to talk and discuss any challenges or ideas you have for your new business. Someone who has the experience to guide you and give you perspective on what you're going through. So I would highly recommend that you look within your own network for somebody with high experience so you could reach out to. Next, you will need to articulate your vision for your own hair salon. You cannot build a house without having a clear idea and vision. You will probably end up with something random of a structure and probably will never be finished. At least get close to that idea of a hair salon. You need to have a very clear and vivid picture of what your salon would look like in order to get close to it. Don't be afraid. Go ahead, go crazy with your imagination. Will you have staff working for you? If so, what will they be like? You don't have to be rational here. You don't have to write any notes on everything you will have. Instead, picture yourself visually in your own salon and the feeling you will have being in your own hair salon. This might seem very silly or fluffy or, and crazy, but actually it has been proven that the more you have a very specific and vivid picture of what your salon would look like, it will increase your chances significantly to achieve that goal and get as much of these details as possible. Now, let's define who is your ideal client. Understand who is the client that your salon will serve. Starting your own salon means you're the boss. No? Well, yes and no. In fact, it's just like you have gotten a new boss and you might know her. She's called your client. So who do you want as your boss? Your salon exists to serve clients. And if you serve the clients well, you will be rewarded. But not every client want the same thing. Some have a limited budget. Some value going to a known salon name. Some would like to have a pampering experience. And some have a limited time and they would like to have a fast experience. The next point, study your competition. Learn about competition in your area so you could adapt your point of difference. Competition is a good thing. You shouldn't be scared just because there's other hair salons in your area. Actually, the opposite exactly. I would get suspicious if there was not one hair salon in your area. That could be a signal that there's no need for one there. So the fact that there is competition, that means that there is market. Okay, now we start with the business plan. One of the first areas that you need to start with before you start your business plan is to have enough research about the hair salon industry. Doing so, it will help you to highlight your potential growth in this industry. Market research is a great way to highlight your growth potential. Identify your target market, learn about your competition, and finding out about pricing, as well as testing brand awareness. You use your research to compile a detailed business plan. Opening a hair salon is a big project, and it can be very overwhelming at the beginning. Where do I start and what to do next? And that's why you need a plan. So I would suggest that you start drafting a business plan. It doesn't have to be at the beginning very, very detailed with every single possible scenario that you might encounter. But you have to start with an outline and then you start to refine that outline. And remember, that will help you to start asking the right questions and to know where to go to do your research. It's not difficult. You just have to start. So a business plan should describe your hair salon business and your brand, defining how your business will grow and what will it need to succeed. And then outline what is likely challenges your business might, the steps. This business plan should be acting like a roadmap for you in early stages. And it could be used to get financing or attract partners. So what is essential for a hair salon business plan? Okay, I'm gonna list them and then we're gonna go over them one by one. Executive summary, industry overview, market analysis, sales and marketing plan, ownership and marketing plan, ownership and management plan, operating plan, and financial. Okay, so for the executive summary, Okay, so to start the plan, you have to devise a little statement at the beginning of it, starting by defining your business. So you could say, my salon is going to be located at such and such address, and my hair salon will be providing these services, and you list those services. And then in the next paragraph, you start providing an outline for the management structure that you want to have for your hair salon. If you're having, the owner and then managers and receptionists, hairdressers, manicurists, assistants, etc., you have to give an idea about how that structure, the management structure of your hair salon. The next paragraph, you will go over briefly about what kind of a clientele your salon wants to target: young people, older people, really young people. You just have to kind of give an outline for what type of market that you're aiming for to serve by your hair salon, followed by your business targets, that you want to be the most renowned hair salon in the vicinity, and to achieve client retention rate of at least 60% for the first year. The next part would be a salon summary, and you start by talking about the salon owner, be it you and somebody else, be it you and a group of colleagues or friends that you decide to come together and open your own salon. And then you go ahead and list the kind of education that you have had, what kind of experiences you have had. So it could be like, I have earned my degree in business. It could be that you have earned a degree in social sciences or engineering. It doesn't matter. You have to give an idea about who you are, what kind of education you have had, also what kind of training you have had in this area, if you have followed some kind of courses, and then of course what kind of experiences have you had, how many places have you worked and gained from that extra hands-on experience and feel of the business that led you to get to this point that you want to open your own hair salon. And then you go ahead and explain why is this business, this hair salon is being started, by explaining that you have remained interested in this after having worked at so many top salons or top industry leaders in this profession, that just ignited more and more passion and more want, and evolved further and further. And then you could explain that up until a few months ago that you have developed a real interest in opening your own hair salon, and you follow some courses to figure out how to start your own business plan, and trying to kind of finally to open your own salon in order to generate profits, doing what you enjoy with such a passion to do, and believing that an exceptional mission statement can lead a salon to the success that you are looking for. Then you could go ahead and explain how this salon business will get started by saying that you decided to rent or to own a ground floor in a building in a good location to convert into a hair salon. For writing a salon business plan, decided to hire marketing and financial experts. And after acquiring all the required licenses and permits, you would go ahead and you would buy your equipment and your furniture for your hair salon. And then you go ahead and explain that when you have decided to go ahead and hire staff, how far into that process, and then explaining what are the requirements you're looking for in your own staff that you want to hire. Then you go ahead and explain what kind of businesses you want to provide, and also what kind of a salon, and whether or not your salon would be a web-based where the clients could schedule their own appointments online, etc., etc. In the next paragraph, you go ahead and explain your philosophy for customer service. How do you perceive that to be running? How is it done? Different people have different view of customer service. So it would be a good idea to go ahead into some details about how you would like to have your customer service. The next part of this business plan would be about salon marketing analysis. So you could start with market trends. So hair salons are one of the most flourishing businesses in the market for a long time. You could go ahead and research and find out how many hair salons are existing right now in your area, in your state, or in the country, to kind of give a good comprehensive idea about how many salons and how well hair salons are doing. And it would be nice to know and let that be known on your financial plan that the hair salon industry is expected to bring revenues of about 51 billion in 2021. So that is formidable amount of revenue for such a business. So the salon business plan can be extremely profitable if you plan it accurately. The second part of the salon marketing analysis would be marketing segmentation. It would be nice in this part to have a graph that will show the percentage of the young and adults, senior citizens, and then kids and teens. By doing so, you could go ahead and identify your target groups. So, for example, you could say your target group is young and adults, and these young and adults could contribute to, let's say, 80% of your clientele, followed by some seniors who could signify maybe another 5 or 10 or 15% of your clientele, and so on and so forth. Then you could go ahead and put a table of your business targets to balance startup expenses by earning profits by the first 15 months. To achieve a net profit of, let's say, $10,000 by the end of the first year. To maintain a client's repeat rate of 60% by the end of the first year, etc., etc. All of the things that you anticipate to have, you would like to put as a goal for yourself. You could add more to this list about the business targets that you would like to have for that first year and the second year and the third year. The next paragraph would be going over the pricing of your services. In this part, you would go ahead and describe in your business plan what is your strategy for making your own pricing for your business, be it by comparing to other competitors, that offer the same product or services, and you try to compare to them and give an average or above or below, or by going ahead and doing some marketing to the clients the first 3 months that you would give some certain kind of discount. This is really all up to you how you want to do that, and you would go ahead and describe how you're going to go about doing your pricing. And then you would go ahead and describe why and how by the pricing you would try to go ahead and attract more and more customers. The next part would be about competitive analysis. And over here you could go ahead and talk about that your biggest competitive assets is your top first-class services, and that you would be using best products for your clients, as well as top customer service and quality hair care and skills to pamper your clients. That you will be using high quality products and superior hair care for your customers, and that your staff is top experts in their respective domain. Besides that, you are extremely customer service minded to adapt and to accommodate to unlimited modification to please your customers to be super happy with their results. In the next paragraph, you go ahead and talk about your sales strategy. To start with, you will talk about that you will ensure that you have a strong web presence, as well as you will advertise it through social media such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, etc. And then you will make an effort to be featured in magazines and local newspaper. And you could list more of those things, such as maybe you will give 20% discount for the first month. Then it would be nice to kind of give a graph for the sales monthly for the first 15 months, and then maybe a sales yearly for the first 5 years. And then maybe another graph about unit sales, in category and over months and year. The next step in this business plan would be about personnel plan. So the first part would be about salon staff. And in this part, you go ahead and decide or explain whether or not you're going to be managing the salon and hiring the staff, or you're going to be hiring 1 or 2 or more managers to go ahead and do the hiring. And then you would go ahead and explain how many receptionists, how many hairdressers, how many colorists, how many assistants, how many manicurists, masseuses, makeup artists. You decide what you want to have in your hair salon and in your staff. And in this area, you would go ahead now and present perhaps another table explaining what is the average employee's salaries according to their position and their services. And on the next part of this business plan would be the financial plan. And in this area, it is really, really highly recommended that you seek a real financial professional to go ahead and help you with your prediction for your exact numbers of your salon, like what your prices, your anticipated profits, and so operation expenses, etc., etc. They will be able to produce a much better and detailed numbers and tables that would be far much more easy for anybody that you going to for asking for funding to read it and understand it. So you do not sabotage yourself by overlooking certain things that they will be looking for. So in this financial plan, we would have a table for assumption analysis, that what you would assume that you could be doing for sales, expenses, etc., etc. Then the next table would be about break-even analysis, meaning, when, if you have invested so much money, by what time that you would break even, so your business started to make profits, and how long would it take to get to that point. And of course, the very famous P&L. So you would have another table or profit and loss analysis, because everybody wants to see that. You don't want to be investing in something that we constantly demanding input. You have to keep putting money into it without any return. So profit and loss statement is very, very essential, and it's good for you to have a professional prepared, but you understand it very well, because that would help you to find out where the areas that you could improve or discard so it's very, very important. Then followed by a table for profits monthly, and then profits yearly, and at least include 3 years. Then a gross margin monthly and gross margin yearly. Then you would need to also do a cash flow table for cash flow monthly and then cash flow yearly for at least 3 years. Then you would have to follow that with a projected balance sheet, what it says. Everything is coming in, everything is going out. Followed by a table for business ratios. Now, talking about all of these tables and ratios and balance sheets and P&L, etc., etc., it seems overwhelming, but it is essential. You are an artist, that you have decided that you want to make a difference in people's lives. Those things might not be very interesting to you, or might not make sense. This is not where your passion is. That's not where you thrive. They're essentials, because if you do not do the business side, you cannot do the artistic side. And these are like two hands. You cannot clap with one hand. It takes two to tango. So it is essential, even though you hate this part of the business, it's essential that you would understand how it works. You don't have to do it for a living, but you have to understand it, because your business is based in part on that. And without profit, there's no point to go ahead and start the business in the first place. So I'm going to stop right here, because I don't want it to be too much and too long of a video. And we're going to come back with the next video to go ahead and go over how to form your hair salon. Okay, until then, I hope you do some homework on the points that we just went through in this video. And have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.